What's up, y'all? What's good? Welcome to the What Up Though Show. It's your boy Dame D, and I am back with another one. What's good, Grand Rising, everybody? Happy Saturday morning. What's going on out there? I start conversating once a few people check in. But happy Saturday morning. Just checking in. No Pacific conversation. Just seeing how everybody doing this Saturday morning. Let me make sure that I can be heard. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay, I can't be heard, so we will get out of that. So yeah, what's going on? Happy Saturday morning, man. A lot of people are probably catching, getting ready for their Saturday morning college football games. You know, my college football season, team season is over with. We played our last game last week against the Ohio State Buckeyes, which we took an L. We've won the last 3 years, so you can't win them all. What's going on out there? I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Happy Saturday morning to everybody. Last week was a horrible week for Michigan sports, football, and college football. The Wolverines lost. The Lions lost on Thanksgiving. But we were able to redeem ourselves this past Thursday with Dallas. It was a really good game. Let me know if you guys saw that game. What did you guys think about that game that the Lions put up? It was a must-win game for both teams. Whatever team, whatever team was hungrier came out with the win. The Lions was a little bit more hungrier. We got the win. So we stay alive for that wild card spot in the NFC. Yep, I just want to come on and chop it up a little bit this morning. I was listening to this, and let me find the actual this young woman's name. Lilly Gaddis. Lilly Gaddis. This is a white woman who, and you guys might have heard about this situation. This was a white woman who was dressing up in blackface. That was video that went viral. It was a lot of controversy behind it. I think I'm going to play this for you guys to listen to it and get you guys' thoughts and opinion on that. But yeah, she said some very controversial, racist things that a lot of people didn't like, and I believe they may have demonetized her over here on YouTube. So give me 1 second. I'm actually getting ready to hold on. I'm going to look that up real quick. So yeah, give me 1 second. I'm going to look, try to go and find the last thing that I watched on her. Yeah, she made some very interesting comments about about black women. So let me find it. Give me 1 second. She was kind of trying to build herself up. To me, it seems like she was trying to be like um a a woman Charlie Kirk. Okay, and I think this is the one that I watched. So let me get this up. Okay, I think this is it. So give me 1 second. Let me get back in here so I can share my screen so you guys can see this. Hold on. So yeah, like I said, she made some really racist comments. She actually dressed up in blackface. That's the actual thing that I wanted to show you guys. All right, so give me 1 second. I'm getting this queued up for you guys. Okay, here we go. Here's the video. See, and this is what they really think about our
To
women.
dress up like everyone else does. You know, people are out there dressed like Satan and witches, and they're dressed like every horrible thing under the sun. Well, I decided to dress up as something, the most horrifying thing I could think of, which is the Black woman, which is a person who is angry and fed up that their EBT card has been declined, that their race card is no longer working in this new climate, and that they are not receiving the reparations that they think they deserve, despite the fact that they did not build this country, contrary to what they say all the time. And they are certainly not improving the country. They are actually doing everything in their power to destroy the country. So I made this stream last night, a live stream, and a few people watched it. And now people are quite angry. Several allegations are being alleged against me. Why is she doing this? Is she just a shock jock, just an agent provocateur? Or is she a grifter? Or is she Jewish? Or is this a federal asset here to seed division amongst people? So I want to put some of those accusations to bed. I want to explain the method behind the madness and perhaps what my long-term goals are. Because unlike an agent provocateur who just wants to cause chaos, I actually want to see my country improved. Okay. And you might say, well, how is doing blackface on a stream? How is that improving the country? Well, let me explain to you how. The country has been slowly dissolving into destruction. It's slowly been destroyed over time. We're frogs in boiling water. That's what's been going on in this country. We've slowly had our rights stripped away. We've slowly lost sovereignty of
And
our
fair
country,
use.
and
This
now
video is
shadowy
used for
forces that are
entertainment
now
and
becoming more
educational
identifiable
purposes
and
only.
clear to the general populace have destroyed our country. They've shipped in immigrants. They've shipped in all sorts of cultures that clash with our cultures and our religions. And we've lost our national identity, and we've lost our racial identity as well. They've been pushing miscegenation on us. They've been pushing this idea that we should be guilty for the reason, and it's white people that are to blame for the, you know, the downfall and destruction of non-white people. Of course, there's no accountability in that camp. It's just our fault as well. So I've been looking back and I've been seeing my country get progressively worse. And I've noticed it seems to have been a national uptick in the destruction and chaos in the last 5 years. I've seen my country become destroyed at an accelerated pace. I think we can all tell. I think it was kicked off with COVID when we were collectively stripped of our rights. And it's just continued to escalate ever since. So what I want is I want my country to be great again. Okay. That's why Trump won in 2016. And that's why he's our president now, because he ran on this slogan of making America great again. I think he has failed in a lot of ways, because when a politician gets up into a position of political power, they quickly are presented with the real people who run our country, and they quickly learn that there is no sovereignty and there's no power in the political offices that they hold, despite being elected there on certain promises that they gave the voter, and the voter elects them into those positions. I want that to change. I want our sovereignty back. I want our racial identity back. And I want my homogenous society back. I want a country to live in that's going to be a good, thriving place for my children to grow up in. I want a place where families can feel safe to raise children. I want a place where
See, and you guys got to listen to exactly what she's saying. Like, everything that she's saying, they already have these things for her people. You know, a lot of these things that she's saying we don't have for our kids or our children. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just she sounds like she sounds
everyone,
she sounds
despite how
crazy is what
poor
she
you are,
sounds, you know,
despite
and
how
this
rich
is
you
what they
are,
think about us.
can
This
live
is
in
what they
peace
think
and
about,
can live in
you know,
nice,
our women,
prosperous
you know, so
communities.
we
I want to
definitely
live
need
in
to
a
get
country
ahead
that's respected
of
again, and I
this.
want to live in a country that is
You know, and
ours
that's why I
again.
want to put
And
this
that's
up
what I
here for
mean
you
when I
guys to
say
hear
I
this.
want America to be great again. And the way we achieve that is that we start actually putting America and Americans first. First of all, we have to start by
Okay, so I can get at
identifying
you now. Who
who
are
the American
Americans?
people are. This country was founded on white Christian people and on white Christian values.
Wow.
And that is who I care about. And that is what our politicians should care about. They should care about those people. They should pander to those people. And they should serve those people. They should not be serving the interest of foreign countries and of foreign people. And they should not be encouraging the mass migration of foreign people into our lands, which will cause the inevitable destruction and strife and chaos as we're seeing in the UK, as we're seeing in Canada, and as we're seeing now in the United States. In order to achieve this, we need a leader to rise up. The people are getting there. The people are waking up slowly but surely. It is happening. And the powers at be are not happy with that. They are using every sort of ploy in the book to get the people cowed back into a good place of submission, like how we used to be, ignorant, blissful, our heads in the sand. We don't know what's actually going on. We just think if we go to the polls and vote,
and I'm apologizing.
And
luckily, even her own peoples are not taking her serious, because she's splurring out some very racist comments. Like I said, this video went viral. She was demonetized off of YouTube for the comments and the things that she was saying. So I just wanted to play this so you guys can hear this, so you guys can get familiar and listen to the things that that she's spewing out of her mouth, about Black women and just Black people in general.
Well, as a lot of people are realizing, the left and the right are controlled by the same entity. They're two wings of the same bird. They do not serve our interests. You get different policies, but you get the exact same stuff in the end of the day. We still send billions and trillions of dollars to other countries, and we still see our fellow white people, white brothers and sisters, being put last. We see our country being put
that's
last.
A bunch of bullshit,
and I want to see our country being put
she
first.
She know that, and we know that. She's just up here just spewing
the way to
bullshit.
Save this country before it's completely collapsed, before it's completely been taken over by aliens and invaders, is that we have to find a leader to now guide the people. Now that the people are ready.
Hispanic people. So you Hispanic people, you guys better wake up, because most of you guys relate with white people or Caucasian, or, you vote, you vote, well, you register as Caucasians, but as you see, since Trump's been in office, what's been going on with the deportation of of our Spanish and Mexican brothers, and sisters, so you guys better take heed. You better listen, because this message is just not for African Americans. It's for the Hispanics and other melanated people.
For this leader, but they're not completely ready. We have to prime the waters for this leader. When you make a hot, like you boil a lot of water and you put the water in a pot because you want to make tea or whatever. Well, you have to temper the pot before you do that. So you put water in slowly. That's warmer and warmer and warmer until that glass jar, pot, pitcher, whatever is tempered. And until it's tempered, you cannot pour the boiling hot water into it, or it will crack the pot. So what me and several other people do is we come across as rather shocking. We do rather outlandish stunts, and we do crazy things, and we say offensive things, and we say the worst things possible in the most wild, outlandish ways possible, okay? We are, in a way, an agent provocateur.
See, and for those who just now coming in joining the show, this is a white woman who actually had dressed, her video went viral. She painted herself dressed up in in the blackface and was spewing out racist rhetoric. She was demonetized over here on YouTube, so she's kind of trying to save herself with this speech, and she's trying to rile up her people. But I'm going ahead and let you guys hear the rest of this video, and then I'll get back to my commentary afterwards.
Some agent provocateurs, there is a method to the madness. We have an end goal that we want. What I see myself as the temperer. I want to temper the people for that when we have a leader that has all the messaging that we want, instead of people digging up his past and, oh, he said this racist thing, and, oh, did you hear that he said the N-word once? That people won't care because they're so used to hearing the craziest things ever that a leader with our aligned views will be able to get into elected position of power without being taken down by the typical media smears. We've seen it a million times. We've seen our guys get in there. We think they're going to make a change, and then they come out with one hit piece. They shock the people, and it's over for that person. And that will be the trajectory that we will continue down if people like me and other people that do shocking things and say crazy, outlandish things and do insane stunts. If we stop that, the people will never be tempered for that sort of messaging. I want a leader to come up. I want a leader to rise. I want a leader to take this country back. And I want a leader where the people will actually fall in line behind, because that's what you need. You need unity in the country, and you need people unified behind a leader and a common goal. That's extremely important. We can never get there unless the people are tempered. We can never get there as long as people are guided by their emotions, and their emotions are high when they're not used to controversial things. It will take drastic measures to change this country. It will take a strong hand. We will have to allow the police to actually do their job and to really seriously crack down on crime. But as we see now, even with the few deportations we're getting, you see people are in uproar. People are outraged. People aren't there yet. The mass deportations will not seem so shocking if you have rhetoric like mine and crazy stunts like mine and other people out there, because the people will become used to hearing that. And then we will actually have a chance of having our leaders rise up and take their rightful position and lead this country back to greatness, because that's what we all want. Remember during the Biden
Okay, so I'm
era
going
when there
to
was those
pause that.
pictures
So,
that went
and you know
around
what
of
she mean by bringing this country back to, what it once was. And when you hear people talk like this, those are keywords that that they say without having to say anything about being racist or slavery. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, she's hitting it right on the nose. This she's the female Charlie Kirk. I'm glad that they that this video went viral. So a lot of people can see who this woman is. She's spurring up a lot of racist comments, getting people hyped up, getting her people hyped up. But like I said, I'll finish hitting play so you guys can hear the
the
rest of this
Border Patrol
bullshit she's
guards
talking about.
whipping immigrants. They actually were not whipping them. Those
And
were the
then they
reins
kill
of
me
their
talking about
horses.
immigrants. You guys are
But
immigrants
because
to
of
this
the temperature of
country
the people,
also.
because the people were not tempered, they quit the Border Patrol. I think they actually disbanded the mounted Border Patrol because they saw that as too racist. And that's
Okay,
all
so look,
because
this
the
is what I'm going to
national
do. I'm going to go
climate
ahead and
was not
come out. I
accepting
just
of
wanted
that
you
sort
guys
of
to hear
rhetoric.
a little bit of what she had to say, and I actually wanted to find the actual video where she actually was dressed up in blackface. So I'm going to see if I can find that real quick. So give me 1 second. And that's the video that I wanted to show you guys where she was actually dressed up in blackface. So give me 1 second. I'm going to find that video for you guys so you guys can see that. And you got to believe these people when they say who they are. You have to believe who they are. So I'm going to try to find the actual. All right, hopefully we can find it now. I just want you guys to be able to see it. Okay, I think. Okay, here it is right here. Hold on, I want to find the original video. I don't want to show a video that somebody else redid. So I'm trying to find the original video that she did without anyone else doing their commentary on it. I may have to show it. Give me 1 second. Hold on, I'm gonna try to. Because you have a lot of people that actually did their own commentary on this actual. So what I may have to do, I may have to show someone else's video about this. So give me 1 second and I'll show the video to you guys. So give me 1 second. I want to find the actual larger video so you guys can see it. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to bring this in. So I'm gonna share this, bring this up and share it to the screen so you guys can see it.
Thought that this shit right here was a joke. I'm like, wait a
Okay,
minute,
this
like
video is for
she doing the blackface?
entertainment and
But then, I had to just,
educational purposes
think about it
only.
for a second. I'm like, well, wait a minute, this is Halloween. But then I started thinking again, and I'm like, wait a minute now, hold on. Now I can understand, if she dressed up, Mary J. Blige or, as Beyonce or as Halle Berry, just any other, just random celebrity that's melanated. I could understand that. I wouldn't think that there was anything wrong with it. But for her to dress up in blackface with the bonnet on,
Right.
with the hoop earrings
She put the
on,
bonnet and the
and with the
hoop
gold
earrings,
chain
pretty
on,
much
man,
the
I hit the
whole
floor. I
black woman
said, this what we
stereotype.
doing in 2025. So they just, man, look
See,
here.
and this is
I
what
felt
white
this.
women
I
actually
felt the
think about
exact
black
same
women
way.
with these
No, this
bonnets and
cannot be real. I'm like,
my
hold
women
on.
coming
We
outside looking
still
like
walking
this.
around. Man, you mean to tell me, man, you got all these women on YouTube want to argue with each other and fall out with each other and shit, man.
So hold on, let
You
me
got
see if
people on
he's
the
actually
internet
gonna
doing shit like
play the
this.
video.
Y'all ain't got shit to say. Man, you bet. Don't ever, man, don't even whisper my name. Don't say a damn thing about me or anybody in this chat, anybody that
Here, let me
supports
see.
this
I
chat.
want to see if he's gonna actually
Celebrities and shit or whatever. World, did
play
you
the
hear
video.
about this? What is this? It's funny. Look, with the gold chain. Damn, yo. One of y'all sisters
So hold
probably
on,
got on a bonnet right now.
I'm
You
gonna
feel
try
me?
to play another. All right, here we go.
You might be rocking you might have the Bonesi on right now.
See, I want to see if he's gonna play her
I'm like,
commentary.
what the hell?
Today, I was gonna get some chicken, and I was also gonna get
Okay,
some
here we go.
watermelon. That's enough soul for today. I was gonna get some chicken, and I was also gonna get some watermelon, but I didn't have much time. I last minute, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this because this would be really fun. And we haven't done a stream in a while, so I was gonna go buy KFC, but by the time I remembered to do that, I was already in blackface, and I figured it probably wasn't the smartest idea to go out in public looking like this. Plus, I'm already sweating and it's kind of coming off.
Let me pause
By
this
the way,
because
this
she
is
know
really
if she would have
hard.
went out in
Props
public
to
looking like
black
that, she
women
would
who
have got her
can actually
motherfucking ass. She would have got her ass. She would have got her ass whooped if she would have went out in public like that. So that's why she did it.
pull this off because it's really difficult keeping this, and I still don't have it completely on. Cost me $50. The guy at Walmart. I went to Walmart to get it, and people were looking at
And
me
this is what
very
white women
strangely.
think
So I
of,
was in the
our women.
aisle, and
And I wanted to
this.
bring this to you
I
guys'
had this.
attention.
I was like, where is the black makeup? By the way, discrimination. There's not enough black makeup. Also, I got my nails. I got my nails did. I got my nails did too.
Wow.
I got my nails did.
She got her nails did. Ain't this some shit right here? 2025 is bugged out. I'm on the same kind of time with that one right there, D. I don't understand how, people could even, they could, censor some of the smallest things, but then something like this that's presented, I would have to ask who backs this, who's behind this? What is this all about? I mean, I didn't see anybody black that dressed up like Elvis Presley. Like, why would somebody do that? Nothing's funny about that. Nobody's dressing up like Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan. Like, come on, man. This 2025. You know how many interracial relationships that it is? And I do understand that she does, you know, have an interracial child. But I'm saying for people to still be attached to this mentality, it tell you how far in
but our people,
progress,
we got
how
to
little in
realize that
progress that we've
they're
made. Like
always going to be
we
like this.
fucked
They're
up
always
out
going to
here.
have
When somebody
that
think they can get on
they're always going to have that type of mentality. It's always going to be a racial divide between the two, between whites and blacks. And then now, that they don't throw the Hispanics into the group too with us. You know what I mean? So we have to stop pretending that we're equal with our counterparts, because we're not. They show us each and every day, what they think about. What they think about us, and I just wanted to bring this, to the forefront in case a lot of you guys didn't see this. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and hopefully you can he'll play the
and
rest of the
just do this,
commentary that
no
she's talking
rebuttal
about.
whatsoever, as if that is justified, with a few laughs, a few shits and giggles. Now, if somebody would have took her whole damn face off with their motherfucking foot, they wouldn't have been in the wrong, in my opinion. And I'm just being serious. They wouldn't have been wrong, because this is totally disrespectful.
Got my nails. I got my nails did.
You hear? I got my nails
did too. And I wanted a wig. I wanted a weave, but I couldn't find one. I went to Dollar General, which was full of blacks, by the way. I was the only white person there.
So Dollar General is just full of blacks.
So Dollar General.
You see how cynical, you see how one-dimensional that this person is right here? And this is the way that they view us.
Dollar General.
And this
so like blacks are the only one that shop
white
at Dollar
go
General.
to Dollar General. Huh? Ain't this some shit?
I went to, and I wanted a wig. I wanted a weave, but I couldn't find one. I went to Dollar General, which was full of blacks, by the way. I was the only white person there. I went to Family Dollar, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, and fucking Walmart, and there was not a single wig anywhere. So that's
so is that where our women are getting their wigs from? Dollar Tree or Dollar General?
I was gonna do my hands, but it was getting everywhere. Like I've already got black face all over the place, so I didn't want to ruin my computer for the sake of the bit. But yeah, we're in festive gear. We've got our pumpkin, no KFC, and no watermelon today, and no sweet tea as well. Actually, I do have some tea. I can go get some.
You know what? You know what
so
I get from this
so
right
this
here?
is
Like
this
when
is
I
let me
listen to her
pause
talk,
this again. So
and
this
just like the sad
this is
rendition
crazy.
of a
This is why I wanted to. Once I saw this video, I was like, I have to bring this to the forefront. I have to show this so people can see who this woman is. And it's hilarious. But like I said, she's been demonetized. And now she's online crying about she doesn't have money to be able to pay her bills and things like that. So here we go. I'll finish letting you guys hear the rest of it, and I'll stop.
Although she's being over ethnic, she is very envious. She's very envious of melanated women, and this is crazy. Halloween, this was her avenue. This was her scapegoat for showing it, though.
Here we've got our pumpkin, no KFC, and no watermelon today, and no sweet tea as well. Actually, I do have some tea. I can go get some. Actually, yeah, let me go get my tea real quick. Hang on.
So is that a black thing?
This
blacks
is the type
only
of
drink sweet tea?
That sit back and study y'all. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about melanated women. This is the type of white woman that study y'all more than gay black men. Gay black men study the hell out of melanated women. But this type of woman right here, man, she despises y'all. She hate the way y'all walk. She hate the way that y'all shape, especially the size and how succulent that your lips are. Everything that it would take her 20. Look here, man. It'll take her.
So look, I just want to go ahead and stop this. I just want to bring this video
naturally
to you guys' attention. It's more of it. But this woman name is Lilly Gaddis. You can go and look her up for yourself and see most of her Reddit. Like I said, they've pretty much I'm not gonna say deactivated her page, but they demonetized her page for the racist rhetoric, that she was spewing on her page, with this blackface situation, So I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Tell me what you think about this video. This is what white women think about our women, you women, our black women. You know what I mean? So I definitely need for the black women to comment. I would love to hear your opinion. Tell me what you think about this situation. This white woman dressing it up in blackface, stereotyping, black women. It's another one. It's your boy Dame D, and we are out. Peace.